Good Tuesday morning. Couple of sales to go over. That's all I had on Monday. I know it's been slow, and a lot of people are telling me theirs are slow. I'm sure everything going on is causing it. But anyway, I sold this. It is a Paul Pierce Boston Celtics jersey by Reebok. I got this when I bought 4 sports jerseys for $10 a piece. And, 3 jerseys and 1 vintage Houston Oilers polo shirt, which I sold for like $66. The rest of the jerseys I've been selling for around $30, $35. This one, 10 into $25.65 plus shipping. And then I got this on a Hanes Beefy tag a while back at a estate sale. It is a Snap-on Racing, Snap-on Tools, black t-shirt. Paid $1 for it and sold it for $17 plus shipping. And I'll get those out today because I ship 6 days a week. And I'll be back if I have any more. Welcome back. I thought I'd do another video on research on an item that some of you like to pick up, and I have picked up too. Last summer, I went to an estate sale, and this lady had never been married, was 87 years old, and her nieces were having the estate sale, and she had, I think, about 50 sets of vintage salt and pepper shakers, mostly from Japan, mostly 1950s and 60s. And I negotiated and got the whole box for $50. And there were some really unique ones, things I had never seen before, lawnmowers, and I'll see if I can find the clip of when I found it at the video that I did, and I'll rerun that. But they're not going to be like coffee mugs that I did the other day that's had 11,000 views on it. Thank you for that, by the way. And all the new followers, I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I do this to help you and me because I learn as well as you do. But salt and pepper shakers, I'm going to actually show you on my computer. Hopefully you can see the green that shows sold listings because I did get a couple of questions that people were doubting that I was showing sold comps. Well, I promise you I am. I would never show listed because there's too many variables there, and people can list something for whatever they want. Solds are what people are actually paying for the item. Now, some of these are obviously going to be rare things and unique items, but unique is what you want to buy in anything because if there's not many listed, it's probably got some value, especially vintage. But anyway, I've already filtered this, and I'll show you again. All right, so all I've done is come up here and type salt and pepper shakers vintage, and then I've typed used, although the ones I found from this lady's estate sale were all new. They were never used. And most of them I sold to somebody on TikTok, but I still have a bunch of them. The ones that aren't valuable are usually the travel ones like Nebraska and Oklahoma and all the states you traveled through back in the day. Not so much, but I've got sold and used, and then I also filtered the price. So I just did 100 and then hit the little arrow, and it'll take me to anything that's sold over $100. So here are some, and again, most of these are going to be Japan. These are Rock and Roll Kids, $200. Holt Howard Rock and Roll Santa, anthropomorphic, Lipper and Man flour, $600 for those. Salt and pepper shakers. These were the ones that surprised me. I saw more than one of these, the Rock and Roll Kids, but they're on the little springs. There's $129.99, and here's some more of those. There's Sonsco brand, $200. Some cats here. And then there's some lots. I don't pay attention to the lots because that's just anything. Here's some more Santa. So you can see that they're not going to be like the coffee mugs where they're thousands, but there are still some individual ones that could go for some good money. This is Sonny and Cher, and that's a 2009 set, so that's not vintage, but $200. I got you, babe. Dun, 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 dun. And I'll just continue on here. You can see them as I see them. These are kind of cool. Tiki Bobs from the 60s, $149.99. So I'll run the video of the ones that I had. I do have a lot left of the lot that I bought. And it's mostly the states and the travel ones, and there are a few unique ones. I've got like some flowers, and I'll just show you. Why am I talking about it? Okay, here's one that's a flower pot. That's cool. It's still there. And there's a few other things mixed in here that aren't related to ashtrays, but you can see I got the Texas with the oil derricks. I've got some mice, some doggies, teapots, and the wooden ones are never usually worth that much. The bears are kind of cool. I've got them for less than $10 on eBay. The cowboy and the wagon, the penguins with some flaking on them, and the clowns. And then here's a bicycle, one with the little salt and pepper shakers. And then there's a bunch of the wooden ones in here, mushrooms and other just little teapots, and yeah, just a mixture of little ones. These aren't, like I said, they're not as valuable as the ones that I sold. I'll tell you to excuse the mess because I unboxed all these salt and pepper shakers. There are some old salt and pepper shakers here, and they're really cool. So let's go. All right, here we go. Some of these were in the original boxes and some weren't, but look at this. Frontier City, that's here in Oklahoma City. Got the Bulldogs. Looks like some peaches. Peaches and cream. Texas, Oklahoma. This one is 2 hats on a hat rack that's salt and pepper shakers. Some of these are state identifiable. Some are just cool. And I gave $50 for all of these salt and pepper shakers. Like the hillbilly ones, they're pretty cool. Oops, I don't want to mess around and break this. Texaco, didn't know they had those. That's not a salt and pepper shaker, folks. Now we're moving over. Got some bears. Don't feed them bears. Those are cool. A TV salt and pepper shaker. And it's in the top. Look at that. With its own box. I think the dogs, I don't think they're salt and pepper shakers. I think they're just knickknacks. There was a couple of things that came up like that. Same with this pitcher and bowl. Then we get into some that have the original boxes. A mower, salt and pepper shaker. A bicycle. Yeah, Sweet Tooth. Yes, that's a salt and pepper shaker. A mixer salt and pepper shaker. Think I'm kidding? Look here. Covered wagons. These are 1947. The wagons, they're marked that way. A piano, piano salt and pepper shaker. Yep, it's a toaster salt and pepper shaker. Crazy, huh? Crazy. $50. How did I do?